I've been waiting on Sophie phoning me. I've not had any phone call yet, so if the phone goes dead, you know that she's phoned me. But I couldn't leave his waiting on me any longer. I had to come on. Look at the mess I'm in here with dogs. Dogs, they've got to have the cushions down. Look at that. Anyway, Thursday afternoon now. I'll be saying good morning to you all, even though it's afternoon. You know what I'm like. Why can I never get this right? This blown there, that'll do. Right, let me get the chat up. Let me get the chat up today. I hope we're all doing good. I'm feeling good. I done a wee bit of gardening yesterday. I done a little bit of gardening. And happy April Fools, everyone. Don't be trying to fool me now because it's by 12 o'clock here. I'm not allowed to do that by 12 o'clock here in Scotland. Kayla, good afternoon to you, lovely Kayla. Good afternoon to you. Sophie, good afternoon. You're getting a new... Oh, Sophie, please send me pictures of your pigeon, please. You know how much I love pigeons. Golfer girl, good afternoon and happy April Fools. I didn't do any April Fools today. Normally, I do the April Fools to everyone. But I've just not been into it this year, as you can tell. I've had other things on my mind. Liana, good afternoon and good morning in Argentina. Oh my goodness, I would love to go to South America one day. Good afternoon, sweet, but I might have something on. I got my watch yesterday. I got my watch. So there'll be a unboxing video. I'm going to show you it. Oh, Danish. Oh, you need to show me, Sophie. I'm so excited now to see your pigeon. Randy, good afternoon to you. I'm so excited. I've got my normal wee pigeons, but I've got wood pigeons as well. And there's my sky. And wood pigeons do this wee noise. Doot, 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 doot. That's what wood pigeons do. See, I can talk pigeon as well as Japanese. I'll show you my beautiful watch that came yesterday, and I'll show you the back of it. It's absolutely gorgeous. Right, wait a minute here. There it is. Look at that. See, it's got the moon phase, and it's got the days, numbers of the week, days of the week, and months. And it's Filippo Loretti is the company name. It's Italian leather, but look at the back. Isn't that gorgeous? The back of it's Ballistica di San Marco, so it's somewhere in Italy. So I'm wearing it. I love it. It's beautiful, and it's a nice weight and everything. So I done a video yesterday, but I'm not sure when I'll be putting it up. Because today I had my bloopers reel up. I was talking to my mum this morning, right? I was talking to my mum, and we were talking about April Fool and stuff. Because normally I get them all usually. Thank you, Haley. Good morning. Oh, well, our sun is kind of coming out and then going away again, but it's still cold outside. But I done a wee bit of planting yesterday. I'd planted some. Are they, Sophie? Is that the wood pigeons? See, we've got the wood pigeons, and then we've got the Glasgow pigeons, I call them. That's the other pigeons that go about the town, that go about kicking each other and sticking the head in one another. I've got them as well. I know. So I was talking to my mum and I said to my mum, oh, it's April Fool's. I says, I put a bloopers reel up today and I'm talking away and she went, what's a bloopers reel? I says, bloopers? She was going like that. And my dad's going, what the hell's that? So I had to explain to them, I forget. And they're going, well, we don't know what that means. Even when I told them, they were still like, still didn't understand it. Sonia, good afternoon to you. See, when I'm doing the videos, like the policewoman video, I was all dressed up properly, nice iron shirt, hat on, makeup on, fleek. And the camera drops and you see I'm in my pyjamas with my big slippers on. It ruins it. I mean, if I was to leave that in, it would ruin the whole ASMR effect. Celia, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Oh, Hayley, I've got another planter coming, and I've ordered seeds. So I've got wildflower seeds, and I think they're poppies as well. I've got, so I've got them coming. I'm going to put in my other planter, so that in the summer I might have some new plants, which will be lovely out there. It was nice getting in amongst the mud yesterday, I must admit, and thoroughly enjoyed it out there. But it was cold. It's still really cold here. It's still very, very cold. So I hope you are doing it. Thursday already. The week's flew in April already. Amanda's birthday's in 9 days. 26. I can't believe it. She needs to stop getting older. But I'm waiting on my Sophie. I was looking for my phone user on it. I've tried to phone her about 5 times this morning and there's no answer. And I've sent her a message as well and nothing, but she could be sleeping. She might be sleeping. And I know that she's got a lot of people in. She could be moving ward. I don't know. But I'm starting to panic now because I've not heard from her. I'm starting to panic. But she was looking good yesterday sitting up in her wee chair. Jordan, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. I'm doing good. I'm flexing my new watch. I love it. I do love it. I mean, you know, anything with the moon on it, that's it. You know, I'm sold. See, as soon as somebody says anything about the moon or stars or planets, that's it. That'll be for me, that one. I know. I've got to get back into the zone. You see, I've got to get into the ASMR zone. And did you hear the wee man? You probably didn't hear it, but it was happening. The wee man that I keep talking about was out there being sick. And I'm trying to do a relaxing video, and all I can hear is that's all I can hear coming from outside, and I'm like, that's going to ruin the video, that. And it went for that to, I hope the wee man's alright. I mean, he sounds as if he's bringing up a lung. That's the way he sounds. So I started filming again because he'd stopped, and then he started again. And I was like, oh God, he sounds terrible, doesn't he? He sounds really bad. He went on, he was like that for about an hour. Could you know? It went on for about an hour, that. I was in the verge of phoning an ambulance or something, because I was like myself, that's more than a hangover, that's been going on a bit too long for my liking. But I don't know what it is with this wee man. His place of choice of being sick is his backyard. You know, I would rather be in like my head down the toilet pan. You know, or if I couldn't make it there and I was in the kitchen, the sink or something. But he actually likes to go out into his garden and do it. I've heard him a few times doing that now. I feel sorry for him though. He's a nice wee man. He blethers away at you, but he has got an alcohol problem, you know, he has. But that doesn't mean he's a bad person. So, that was all going on my video. And then people's dogs barking and I'm like, God, but it's just ASMR. It's everybody in ASMR. This is what we've got. Dogs barking, people screaming, people being sick, all this kind of stuff outside. So, and I don't want to ever do ASMR like in a soundproof room because personally I like listening to background noises, not people being sick, but like birds and things like that. You know, if you hear someone's birds. Gold Dust, there's my lovely Gold Dust. Good afternoon. The bloopers. Oh, you know, do you know what I think? See these newsreaders that come on like CNN or Fox News or Sky News or whatever, and they're all sitting there going, good afternoon, the news today on the hour is. You know, they're all beautiful from the waist up. They could be sitting with their pyjama bottoms on as well and big slippers. They could be sitting with no trousers on at all. Who was it that sent me the message saying that I'm glad that you did have trousers on, right enough, you did have pyjamas on. And I've dropped you more than once. More than once you've fell down like that. And a lot of times I've got bloopers and I forget to keep them and I delete the video without clipping it. But those are the ones I managed to get. And I sneeze a lot, as you've noticed, because first thing in the morning, it's allergies. I sneeze. There's no stopping it. And I'm not... Some women have got the beautiful little sneezes like... Achoo, achoo, achoo. I'm like, achoo. COVID. But some women have got... Excuse me, like that. I'm not... I'm like... Achoo. I'm like that. The whole world hears me when I sneeze. Ah. So that was for April Fools. I didn't, as I said, I didn't do any tricks today. I've not not this year. I'll make up for it next year. I'll be doing tricks and stuff like that. Because my ex-husband phoned me this morning just to say that the doctor didn't phone yesterday, so he phoned him and says, could the doctor please phone, because we still want to know what's going on and stuff like that. And I says to him, you'll not be getting April Fool today. I says, I'll be waiting till next year. And he went, oh, I forgot. He says, I was sitting waiting on it. So the only year he's been sitting waiting on me April Fool, and I've decided not to do it. My mum tried to get me right enough, but there's no getting me in April Fool's Day. I've already changed the calendar in my bedroom to April the 1st. God, as well, we're the same. Achoo. I'm like that. Achoo. I enjoy a good sneeze, I must admit. I do enjoy a sneeze. Although, when all this pandemic started, you daren't sneeze if you were in Asda. If you sneezed in Asda, people would be stopping looking at you going, she's loaded with it. Stay away from her grabbing their children and things like that. She's got it. Yes, go for girl. That was an April Fool. I got them. I got them because I wasn't getting them this year. Usually I do. Do you know what I like to do? I like to go into Peter's room while he's still sleeping, right? He's got to be still sleeping. And go, oh, for God's sake, the dog's shat in your bed. That's always a good one. Because that gets you up. That gets you up fast if you think the dog's shat in your bed, or you hear the dog going, ooh, 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 ooh. You hear that noise coming for your dog, by God, you get up fast. So I like to do that to him, the dog shat in your bed. You better get up. And he gets up fast and then I'll go April Fool. He hates it, but I like to do it to them. That's what I do. But I usually get Amanda and my ex-husband and my mum and dad and my brother, but not this year. I'll do it all next year. Next year I'll do it. I just didn't feel like doing it this year. But I thought I'd put my bloopers out. My poor mother, what's a blooper? I should have told her it was something dirty. That's the relationship I've got with my mother. I can talk to her about anything, you know, and she can talk to me about anything. So I should have said it was like OnlyFans or something like that. My mum on OnlyFans. I should have done that. My mum started OnlyFans on my YouTube channel. I should have done that. That would have been a good one for her. What's OnlyFans? And I would tell her what it is, and I've started doing it now. You know, people pay money to have a look at someone that's had boobs off. You know, you get a bit of cash for that. Not everybody's seen that kind of stuff, Mum. I'm starting to sell my body. She'd be like, who would want to buy it? Yes, but yes, we'll be in the mood next year. It just didn't feel right this year to be doing it while we've got other things on our mind. Because we're not out the woods yet. I mean, we're getting there. She sat up for an hour. She sat in her wee chair for an hour. And then she'd go and lie down again. She was a wee bit dizzy. So you can see how ill she's been. Just sitting up in a chair has made her really dizzy for just an hour. But she's lifting her arms now. She couldn't do that before. So that's step by step. But the doctor didn't phone. I didn't phone the doctor. I was waiting the doctor to phone my ex-husband, then him phone me. It's a terrible carry-on we've got. It'd be great if I could just go up and stay with her. See, if this pandemic wasn't on, I'd have been up there every single night sleeping with her. I'd have slept on a chair if I had to. I wouldn't have left her side. But I think we're going to get a phone call from a psychiatrist. I think he's going to phone my ex-husband and myself. And when he phones me, I'm just going to be brutally honest. So I am. Kajinama? Kajinama. I hope I'm saying your name right. I know I always say that, but good afternoon to you and thank you for joining us. So, see, when I talk to the psychiatrist, I'm going to be just absolutely honest. How long's this been going on for? And I'm going to tell him, and what do you want done? And I'm going to tell him she's going to hate me, but she's going to need care afterwards for a few months. We can't send her out not fixed mentally. So I'm going to be absolutely honest. I might tell him other problems and see if he can help me. Here, while you're on the phone, can I talk to you about a few of my own problems? Maybe you can help. Or do I need to make an appointment for that? I mean, while you're here. Thank you, Randy. I'm so happy as well. What a difference for last week. Honest to God, what a difference a week makes. So, yes, golfer girl, it's going to be tough love. It's going to be tough love. She's not going to be happy at all, what I'm going to be saying. But I'm not going to be telling any lies. It's not as if I want her put away anywhere. She's going to need it to get her brain right, her body fixed, brain fixed, and then they can let her out. And then see when she's let out, we're going to be watching her like a hawk. Amanda said that she's going to be having the worst nightmare. You don't want Amanda saying that to you. That's never a good thing. See, I mean, she scares me sometimes because, see, like if my leg's busted up, and there's a couple of times my leg's been so bad, I've not been able to clean my bathroom the way I like it, like the tiles and stuff like that. So she's came down and she's caught me trying to clean something, and I get around, get told to get sat down, mother. I get all of that, and I've got to sit down. Thank you, Francesca. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing good. Thank you, Goldust. That means a lot. Yeah, she gives me into trouble, Amanda. I get into trouble off her. Well, I suppose, to be fair, sometimes I do need give into trouble. I don't mind if you give me into trouble either. I don't mind it. I'm used to getting into trouble. I kind of like it now. That's the age of it. I'm kind of enjoying it if I'm in trouble. With the police. Ooh, I drive by the police station a lot. In fact, because farm foods, where I go for my farm foods, you've got to drive by the police station. So every time I go to farm foods, I've got the naughty thoughts. And you can see where the cells are because they've got the tiniest little windows like this, right? And the glass in them's like frosted, so the prisoners can't see out. So I'm always driving by and thinking, I wonder who's in the cells. Wonder if they'd let me in just to have a look. Do you mind if I was here before when I was at school, and you let me in? That was some trip. That was the worst school trip I've ever been in my life. Usually you go to the beach or something like that. The police station. It was terrible. Saying that, once we got took to a convent as well. That was a pretty bad day out. That wasn't a very good day out. We all got told how evil we were and to pray. That's what we got in the convent. And we were quite young at the time. I went home feeling terrible, I remember that. Tell you, see, back in my day, the nuns, you don't joke around with the nuns. In fact, my mum's school, it was run with nuns, and they used to cane you like with bamboo cane. That's what you would get off the nuns. You daren't say anything risky, because you know they would say that was the devil in you, and they would need to whack it out. That was what we had when I was growing up. I got told more than once that I was going to hell where it was all burning fire and stuff like that. I got told that. I can't even remember what for, but I don't think God would send me there just for whatever it was I'd done. I hadn't committed murder or anything like that. I was only a wee girl. I got told I was going to hell. Well, what can you do? See, when you've been told that, you're like, I should have acted up more, actually. I should have acted up more since they said that I was going to hell. But you were frightened. They'd frightened the shite right out of you, the people. Anyway, Iron Brew. Oh, I had a bad school, as you can tell. My school was no fun whatsoever. Rough as a badger's arse. I love that saying, that been rough as a badger's arse. Sometimes you see people's face and you think, oh, they're rough as a badger's arse. And it's probably just because they've got a hangover. But it's a great saying, that. So here, I want you to use that today, right? If you want, if you're talking to someone in your family and you see something that's not very good looking, just say to them, oh, that's rough as a badger's arse. It's a great saying. You should say it to someone today. For April Fool's Day, you should say it's rough as a badger. Now, I've never felt a badger's arse or even seen it, but that's just a saying. Sky, you know, I got the devil whacked out of me a few times and told, just say no. I can't remember what the hell I was doing, but I got told, just say no. If you say no, that's you punching the devil in the face. Yeah, that was a bit violent right there. You know, it was all, you don't question it either, you just do as you're told. Back in the day, because you get the belt, I mean, I did get the belt. And people used to get locked in cupboards, and I told you the wee girl had to stand at the window. It was brutal. My school, it was no... See, when my kids went to school, I thought, oh my God, this is amazing, this school. They'd done fantastic wee assemblies. They turned the whole gym hall into the Titanic, where they had made like porthole windows with tissue paper, and they had the bow and the stern of the boat, and it was amazing. But they did icebergs on wheels, that they could wheel these icebergs around the gym hall. It was amazing. I remember thinking, that is absolutely, I mean, that's what school's about. Not we didn't have anything like that. Go for girl, do it. Just say, that's rough as a badger's arse. My lovely Sky. We used to get the ruler as well. We used to get whacked with the ruler. But the bamboo cane was worse. I don't know what it is about the bamboo cane, because it's quite flexible, you know, for a whacking stick. Walking in hotties, good afternoon. I've got bamboo plants out there. See if someone wanted whacked with a bamboo cane, I would do it for them. For a price, of course. For a price, I'd have a line of gentlemen out there waiting to get whacked with a that should have been an April Fool right there. I'll tell me, meet me in the alley in 5 minutes, get my cane. Yeah, the bamboo cane was bad. The belt was just like a leather strap. A leather strap was the belt, and then you used to get the ruler as well. They used to slap you with the ruler, and then we all had I don't know, they don't do this anymore, but you always had the nurse in. About once a month, the nurse would come in and check your hair for nits. You used to get your head checked for nits like that, and then she would look at your fingernails. And I always bit my nails, and I'd get my hands slapped. Like that. Stop biting your nails. And I'd be like, okay, like that. Way back to. It was. I mean, we get tossed about at school back in the day. Oh, see if Jason wants to be a naughty boy. I'll listen. I'll be whatever role he fancies. I probably got the uniform in my cupboard for whatever he wants, but if he wanted a whacking stick, I would certainly whack him. Certainly whack him. I'd need to watch didn't get carried away though. You know, we'd need a safe word. I don't know what the safe. Me and Jason would need a safe word. Because stop it wouldn't cut it. It would need to be something else. I don't know what kind of safe word we'd have. What kind of safe word do people have? The red fish. The red fish. Is that a safe word? I don't know. You would need some kind of weird safe word. The TV's on. The TV. I mean, I don't know what safe words. I've never had to use one. I might like to. I know. Go for. I always end up there. My mind just. I'm always there. What can I say? Even as I said, even when I go to farm foods, and I'm driving by the police station, I'm looking and I'm thinking things. It's my age. Seeming high. Walking a horse. Did she put me? I don't know how I get the hair. I just always do. I always get hair in the gutter. Here, if he wanted to whack me with a stick, I'd be awful. I mean, I think I've got quite a high pain threshold with the amount of stuff that's happened to me over the years. So if he wanted to whack me with a stick, I'd let him. I would pick a stick from. I would go out and pick a stick. What stick do you want to whack with me, Jason? Where would you like me? Peter, get to your dad's. Take the dogs. Good afternoon, lovely Milo. Good afternoon. Sinner is the safe word. See, we'd need I would need a safe word. Or he would need a safe word. I did get carried away with myself. Yeah, but I mean, it's always a fact. We'd never know how we get here. Well, we just always do. And even when I talk to my mother, I'm there in the gutter. And then she ends up in the gutter, and then she says things, and I go, Mum, don't be saying that. At your age, my mother says things, and I'm like, for God's sake. You know, she says things about her and my dad being intimate. My mother, but Mum, why did you say that to me? God's sake, get a grip of yourself. That's going to be swirling in my brain all day now. Go and you wash your mouth out, Mum. She does it. Wash your mouth out with soap. People used to do that. See, if you swore back in the day, you'd get soap rubbed in your tongue. Wash that soap out your mouth. And it wasn't like Dove soap, nice soap or anything like that. It was the carbolic soap, we called it. It was like a pink bar of soap that was really rank. And it was in all the schools and things like that. And you used to get that rubbed in your mouth. Here, we should be immune to this pandemic. When you think about it, eh? Somebody's mucky hands all over that soap and then it's going in my mouth. See, if any of you are in the gutter, I just jump right in. I'm just waiting on it. I'm just jumping right in. Slightest thing and I'm there. So, as I say, I'm waiting in my sofa. She's still not phoned and I'm starting to get worried. She'll probably be sleeping. And she does have a lot of people coming in and talking to her now. I know that they're telling her to try and do exercises and stuff like that. Just things like this, like moving your hands, and see when you've not moved your muscles for so long, just things like this. My poor Sky, my Sky never says anything, do you, Sky? You're always innocent and sweet, and we like to drag you in there. I mean, I've ruined Scotland for you. I've ruined a whole country. I've ruined for Sky. Sky always thought it was a lovely place until I showed her the real Scotland. Not the Scotland with the Highlands and the coos, the Highland coos and Nessie and all the beautiful things. You know, lakes and lochs and all this kind of. I showed her the real one with the wee Neds on a Saturday night with their monk's wine. Yes, walking in hot ice. See, I mean, I'll just love everybody. I'm a people lover, what can I say? I'm a people lover and I'm a chatterbox. I used to get called that in school as well. Sky needs a devil worked out here. I kind of do as well, but I'm waiting for Jason or John Travolta even. John, I mean, my offer's still there, John. Give me a phone. Or Wonder Woman, she's lovely, but I mean... 7 of 9 from Star Trek. You know, it's an open house. What can I say? It's an open house, Peter. Get to your dad's. Get to. I feeling this weekend's going to be good. I know, poor sweet innocent Sky, and that we're there, telling her things. we're there telling her stuff. Poor Sky. It's a learning channel after all. I'm teaching you things, teaching you stuff. Teaching you what happens when you get to be my age. I'm never sexy, do you know what I mean? People, some ASMR artists are, ooh, but like Scottish Murmur, she's absolutely gorgeous. Scottish Murmur, ooh, I'm not, I'm none of that. I'm kind of ragged. I would call myself ragged, something like that. Maybe rough as a badger's arse would be good for me. But that's the ASMR I do. I should do ASMR rough as a badger's arse. I'd get a million hits. I'd get my play button in no time. And this one is a baby skunk. Baby skunks are so cute. The more people in the gutter, the better. The more people in the gutter, the better. I saw the most cutest little clip, and it was a couple, and they were walking along, and there was wee tiny baby skunks, and they had lost their mum, and they were following these people everywhere they went. These wee skunks were following them like that. They were the cutest wee things. But then they spotted the mummy one, so they went over to the mummy one, and then the wee baby spotted the mummy one. In fact, wait, I've got to find the baby skunks. Wait till you see it. It's the cutest thing. Oh my goodness. Right, where is it? Let me get you right. Right, not the advert. I think it's this one. Look at that. Wait, you see. Oh my goodness. See, they're gorgeous, babe. I want one. I wouldn't want sprayed with one, but I heard that, see, if you do get sprayed with a skunk, you should bathe in tomato juice. That's what I heard. I don't know what the tomato juice would do, but they say that's what you do. You go into tomato juice. See, I've never seen a real skunk in my life, and I don't know what they smell like because we don't have them here. Do you know what we do have here? Badgers. You know, the rough as a badger's arse. We do have badgers, and they've got huge claws. I mean, they would kill your dog, and Jack Russells like to go down holes and things like that. And badgers' dens, see if they were to go down a badger's den, a badger would kill them because they're quite big, and as I say, they've got massive claws. But they're still cute and lovely and wildlife. And you've got people that do badger cults. Cults? It's just murdering badgers. That's all that is. They're just putting a nicer word on it, saying it's a badger cull. No, they're just murdering poor badgers. Leave the badgers alone. Leave the wildlife, for God's sake. The foxes. Leave the foxes alone. Stop hunting foxes. I mean, I could go on. See, when I become president of the whole world, there's got to be a stop to things like that. No, that's not going to be allowed. See, if you need to hunt for food, that's okay. I agree with that. Or fish for food, that's all right. But see all this, let's just go and kill a giraffe. No, no, no. No, we're not having that. I mean, I've seen pictures and I've been like, sick. Killing giraffes and things. And poor rhinos with their horns and stuff like that. And it's all, do you notice it's all men that can't get a, what can I say? How can I say this? A stiffy. There I said it. There's no other word to say it. It's men that can't get a stiffy, and they think that if they get a poor rhino's horn and grind it up and eat it, then they're penis is going to start working again. Go to a doctor, pal, get some Viagra. Do what everybody else. Don't be killing the rhinos because you can't get it up. Oh, Sky, I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. That's what we've all wanted. Yeah, it's that, and tiger's bones and stuff like that. The crushed down poor tiger's bones, and it's that's what they do. I need to look that up. Walking in hot ice. I'll look that up. Do you know? See, when I was a wee girl, and we didn't have, we had a radiogram, right, that had some records and stuff like that. But on a Saturday, a Friday, Saturday night, when family was round, it would be who's next for a song. It'd be like karaoke in the olden days. Everybody's absolutely hammered. Billy Connolly does a great thing about it, and it's absolutely true what he says. And you're all just sitting, and somebody says, "Right, it's your turn next," and you've got to think about what the hell am I going to sing? What am I singing? But there's always one guy that just sings, "Haribo, Haribo, honey, heeny be Joe, body dee bo bo," like that. Now, with no idea what he's singing or anything, but everybody else is round about going like that. Haribo, heeny me Gino, honey. And then all of us, and Billy Connolly always says, and it's always Scotsmen singing about when they're far away from Scotland, but they've never been out of Scotland. Even though I am not here anymore, my heart is in the glen. My heart is in the glen next to the loch, though I am a million miles away. That's, see, if it was your turn and you were to do that, they'd be like, that was excellent. That was a brilliant song. Oh, she's great singing her. She's great. Oh, drunk people singing is the best. It's so good. And we old men, when they're singing like that, their eyes are shut. I mean, they're meaningful song. Heeny be Joe. Absolutely hammered. That's what it was. You're next. I'd be like sneaking out the room. I'm not going to be next. What am I going to sing? Like a virgin. Hey, touched for the very first time. You get to your room. That's inappropriate, that song. I'm sorry, everybody. I don't know where she gets that from. Oh, Sky, that would be wonderful if you do. You'll need to, we'll all be nosy. It's just the word. We're all going to be nosy, wanting to know more. And we're going to want to see them and vet them. And oh well, let me see if you're all right for our Sky. Would you work as? Right, okay. Have you got a prison record? All right, that's okay. That's a pass and a pass. What else can we ask them? How many girlfriends have you had in the past? Okay. How did you break up with them? Yeah, Gold Dust, a wee flavoured sing song's the best. But it's always the wee old men that sing it fantastic. I mean, I'm up there singing Cyndi Lauper. Girls just want to have fun. Hey, yes, girls, they want to have fun. What have I told you about your mouth? That's disgusting. Get to your room. Me a wee scurrying again. It's Madonna and Cyndi Lauper's fault. It's not me. Some of the best songs Walking Hot House have been wrote while folk have been drunk. I should have my police outfit on and do an ASMR interrogating Sky's new boyfriend. Right. So I need to measure you up, pal. I need to measure you. Where's my measuring tape? I'm going to do some ASMR measuring to see if you're right for our Sky. Okay. What would you say is a romantic evening? Waiting on his reply. Okay, let's see if he passes that one. Let me see. Okay, that's okay. That's a bit romantic and everything like that. So, how long before you get intimate? How many dates? Because we're not having like a one night stand here, obviously. I'm terrible at singing, whatnot. I'm really bad at singing. But see, when I have some flavouring on and I've got my headphones on, I just blast it out. I don't care. I'm like, I think I sound wonderful. Sometimes in the car, and I'm singing away, and then I turn the volume down and hear myself. I'm like, oh God, turn the volume back up. Well, I wouldn't say that, Sky. I mean, we want a good measurement. We want a good measurement, so we do. We don't want it to be an incy wincy teeny weeny. No, 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 no. We don't want that. So we need to. We'll ask the questions for you. Questions that we know that you want to know. We'll ask them. Don't you worry. Just Sky, get behind me. I'll deal with it. You'll be okay. Yes, I know. Well, guys, listen, I think I'm going to go because I'm going to try and get Sophie again. Oh, no, I'm just going off now, but thank you very much for coming on. Oh, I'm glad that my videos relax you. That means a lot to me. Oh, well, here, that's a good thing. He does weightlifting. I'm going to be right. I'm going to get my book out. I'm going to get my book out and we're going to have pros and cons. That's what we're going to be measuring this up, Sky. I mean, we're not going to be having anyone just for our Sky. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow, guys. Friday, we'll have the Friday feeling. And hopefully Sophie gets moved into the high dependency. She's still in intensive care, so hopefully she'll be out of that into the high dependency, because that'll be 2 weeks nearly that she's been in intensive care. So it's been long. It's been a long couple of weeks. So have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I'm going to give you all a big kiss now because I love you very much. Bye, everyone.